Rachel Zegler just hit a new low. This time it's not a Twitter roast. It's painfully real, playing to empty seats in London after the Snow White disaster. Her hoped-for comeback in the West End revival of Evita at the London Palladium has fallen flat. Even with a massive 2,286-seat venue and legendary names like Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice behind the production, ticket sales are tanking. Entire sections remain unsold and premium seats have gone for as low as €29.50, yet the theatre stays nearly empty. Evita stage debut flops. Rachel hoped her Evita stage debut would be a comeback moment, but instead, it's flopping harder than her last film, Snow White. Despite starring in one of the most iconic musicals of all time, ticket sales are tanking at the London Palladium, a massive 2,286-seat venue. Entire sections are going unsold, with early booking data showing over 70% of the seats wide open. Some tickets are going for just €29.50, which is shockingly cheap for a production with legendary names like Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice attached. Yet, even the premium seats remain empty, painting a bleak picture of the show's reception. Rachel can literally feel the panic in her press appearances. It's not just nerves, it's regret. The bomb ticket sales reflect a deeper issue than just a slow opening week. Fans simply aren't showing up, no matter the night or the price. The lack of audience connection is a brutal reality check. Theater doesn't lie. You can't edit the crowd or filter the turnout. If no one buys a ticket, you're performing to ghosts. Imagine standing on stage, looking out at hundreds of empty seats every night. The silence is deafening. Interestingly, while some clips of Rachel in the show have gone viral on TikTok, showing impressive singing skills and riffs, the overall public reaction remains cold. Rachel's recent controversies, especially around Snow White, seem to follow her like a cloud, affecting her ability to draw in theatergoers. In reality, the Evita flop isn't just about the musical itself. It's a symptom of a bigger problem, a growing disconnect between Rachel and the audience. The theater troubles expose this rift in brutal clarity, reminding us that no amount of star power or hype can replace genuine fan connection. Public opinion split and aftermath of Snow White. Public opinion is bizarrely split. Clips of Rachel at the Met Gala praise her, while her Snow White woke comments still haunt her like a curse, overshadowing her talent. Her co-star, who avoided controversy, continues to thrive, highlighting a complicated fallout from the Snow White film. Rachel's outspoken critique of the original Snow White story, calling the prince a stalker and turning the reboot into a political lecture, alienated many fans who hold the classic film dearly. Despite the movie crossing $200 million, it's considered a flop due to Disney spending nearly $600 million on production and marketing. The failure was severe enough that Disney shelved a Tangled remake, rumored to be even more politically charged. The mixed reactions reveal the deep divisions in audience expectations, with some embracing Rachel's modern views, while others reject what they see as unnecessary changes to a beloved story. This ongoing split continues to impact Rachel's public image and career, creating challenges beyond just the box office numbers. The fallout of Snow White on Rachel's career. Rachel's outspoken critique of the original Snow White story, calling the prince a stalker, and turning what should have been a nostalgic reboot into a political lecture, alienated many fans who hold the classic film dearly. Despite the movie crossing $200 million at the box office, it's considered a flop due to Disney reportedly spending close to $600 million on production, marketing, and reshoots. The loss was so brutal, they quietly shelved their planned Tangled remake, which was rumored to be even more modernized and politically charged. This backlash deeply impacted Rachel's reputation, turning public opinion sharply against her. Fans haven't forgiven her for bashing the original story, and her woke comments have followed her like a curse. What was meant to be a triumphant moment, reshaping a beloved tale for a new generation, instead became a PR nightmare that overshadowed her talent and potential. Consequently, studios have begun shifting gears, quietly fading her out of major roles rather than openly canceling her. Rachel's powerful voice and on-screen presence are undeniable, but the timing, attitude, and public perception have dealt a massive blow to her career trajectory. Hollywood's push to make her the next big star backfired, highlighting the harsh reality that audience connection can't be manufactured. The fallout from Snow White serves as a stark reminder that talent alone isn't enough, especially when mixed with controversy and a public that demands authenticity and respect. The bigger picture, Hollywood's push and public disconnect. Studios pushed Rachel hard post-West Side Story, hoping to make her Disney's next big star, but audiences never fully embraced her. Her theater show attendance reflects a deeper problem: fans want authenticity, not attitude. Hollywood often tries to manufacture stars early, showering them with awards and roles before the audience is ready to connect. With Rachel, that disconnect became painfully clear. Despite talent and name recognition, Her public image suffered from a perceived dismissive and overly political energy, which alienated many. Fans crave genuine connection, someone who respects both the work and the audience. When stars come across as condescending or preachy, it creates backlash instead of loyalty. Moreover, Rachel's outspoken remarks on beloved classics further distanced her from longtime fans. The fallout from Snow White wasn't just about the film's poor reception, it created a lasting shadow on her career. Even with relentless studio backing, fans voted with their feet, leaving theaters half empty. This big picture shows Hollywood's problem isn't just failed projects, but the forced creation of stars without building real rapport. The public's rejection signals a call for the industry to rethink how they promote talent, emphasizing authenticity over hype. Rachel's case underlines that no matter how much money or promotion goes into launching a career, the audience ultimately decides who truly rises. This gap between Hollywood's push and public acceptance is growing, a reminder that stardom is earned, not given. Unless stars can build trust and respect with fans, they risk becoming cautionary tales in an industry that moves fast, but listens carefully. Rachel's experience is a clear example of the need for genuine connection over manufactured fame. The reality of theater versus film marketing. In film, marketing can create an illusion of success, but in theater, the truth is impossible to hide. You either have a crowd, or you don't. Rachel Zegler performing in front of empty seats in London is a prime example of this brutal reality. No amount of hype or press appearances can fill those rows. Theater is live and unfiltered, there's no editing or camera angles to mask a poor turnout. When the audience is missing, the performer feels it deeply, night after night. This kind of visible disappointment is something Hollywood PR can't spin or cover up. In contrast to film, where promotional campaigns and global distribution can sometimes mask a movie's flaws or lack of connection with viewers, theater exposes every flaw, every missed note, and every unsold ticket. It's raw and immediate feedback from the audience. For Rachel, this means that after the backlash from Snow White, no marketing push can override the public's reluctance to support her live. Studios may continue to promote her relentlessly, but the theater seats tell the real story. This gap between film marketing illusions and theater's unforgiving reality highlights just how crucial genuine audience connection is. No matter how much Hollywood tries to manufacture star power through aggressive campaigns, the live stage demands authenticity, and if the crowd isn't there, the act simply falls flat. Rachel's talent versus public image. Rachel is undeniably talented with a powerful voice that has impressed many who have seen her perform live, yet her public image struggles to match her abilities. Despite glowing reports from fans and insiders describing her as sweet and genuinely kind, Rachel's way of presenting herself in interviews often comes across as dismissive, condescending, and overly political. This disconnect between her real persona and public perception creates a barrier that her talent alone can't overcome. Even people who met her in person admit that while they liked her personality and admired her singing, the way she communicates publicly doesn't always resonate. This dissonance has contributed to a growing divide between Rachel and her audience. Fans want to feel connected to the stars they support, and right now, many feel that Rachel's attitude pushes people away instead of drawing them in. It's a clear example of how raw talent isn't enough in Hollywood. To win over and maintain a loyal fanbase, an artist has to also build trust and show authenticity. Rachel's public image as a political figure overshadowing her roles has left some audiences exhausted and skeptical. In an industry where perception often drives success, this struggle highlights the challenge she faces in evolving her image to match her undeniable skill. Until she can bridge that gap and connect more genuinely with fans, her talent may go unrecognized or underappreciated despite the impressive voice and abilities she possesses. Behind-the-scenes drama and professionalism issues. Reports suggest tension and lack of teamwork on the Snow White set, with co-star frustration surfacing. According to new reports, she's been privately venting about the lack of professionalism on set. She hasn't named names, but let's be real, who else could it be? And that's the larger issue here. Rachel might have the voice, she might have the looks, but what she doesn't seem to have is that basic understanding that Hollywood isn't just about acting. It's about connection. You have to earn trust. You have to respect your audience. And when you come out swinging at the classics, mocking fan favorites, and calling beloved stories weird, people remember. That's why even though her talent is there, her stardom feels fake, forced, not organic, and not earned. The behind-the-scenes energy affected the entire production process. When you are acting, you expect your co-stars and the creatives to go all the way in to support each other, and we just didn't meet those expectations. Rachel's attitude, combined with reported set tensions, made collaboration difficult. Rumors swirl that some co-stars felt exhausted and frustrated, details that contrast sharply with the polished image Hollywood presents. This disconnect between public appearance and behind-the-scenes reality is a growing concern. In the entertainment industry, professionalism extends beyond performance. It requires mutual respect, teamwork, and a positive atmosphere. Without those, the final product suffers, and so does everyone's reputation. Rachel's situation serves as a reminder that talent alone can't carry a production. The relationships forged offstage are just as critical to success, and her inability to navigate this dynamic has contributed to her current career challenges. Hollywood ghosting and the future of Rachel Zegler. Major roles are quietly drying up for Rachel Zegler as studios shift focus. Hollywood's push seems more delusional than confident now. Despite press appearances and awards, Rachel's star-making machine is slowing down, leaving her career on an uncertain pause. This silent treatment, often called Hollywood ghosting, means one day you're headlining a big reboot, and the next, you're nowhere to be found. Execs who once vouched for her, including some big names like Spielberg, have stayed eerily silent since the flop. It's almost as if they're hoping this all just blows over quietly. Meanwhile, Rachel still appears in press cycles and awards shows, but the massive momentum behind her has halted. Studios are cautious, unwilling to risk backing her in major projects again, fearing another public backlash or flop. It's clear that Hollywood influence can only carry an actor so far. Audience connection is the real currency, and for Rachel, that connection is fragile at best. The narrative around her has shifted from rising star to cautionary tale. Whether she rebounds depends on many factors, including how she manages her public image and reconnects with fans. For now, her future in the industry hangs in the balance, a stark reminder that fame in Hollywood can be fleeting, and that without genuine support, even the most heavily promoted stars can quickly fade away. Rachel Zegler's story is a cautionary tale about the power of public perception and timing. Talent alone isn't enough, connection with the audience is key. Whether she rebounds depends on if she can embrace the fans and the work, letting the story shine above the politics. Hollywood tried to manufacture a superstar, but skipped the crucial step of building genuine fan loyalty, and now, the consequences are playing out live on empty theater seats and across comment sections around the world. Rachel's career isn't over, but it's clearly on a pause, not because she lacked talent, not because of one bad movie, but because she forgot the one rule every actor, influencer, and public figure should live by. The audience decides who wins, not the headlines, not the casting directors, the fans. Studios pushed her hard and fast, but the connection never came, and that lack of connection is painfully obvious in Evita's empty seats and quiet theaters. This isn't about cancel culture or labeling Rachel as a bad person, it's about recognizing that Hollywood isn't just about acting, it's about respect, trust, and authentic relationships with the audience. Rachel may have the voice and the talent, but without winning the hearts of her fans, her stardom feels forced and hollow. Fans want authenticity, not attitude, and that's a lesson that every rising star must learn the hard way. We hope Rachel learns from this chapter, because no one wants to see talent wasted. But if she doesn't, someone else will come along who gets it, who embraces the fans, respects the work, and lets the story, not the politics, take center stage. So, what do you think? Was Rachel unfairly targeted, or is this Hollywood trying to force a star before the time is right? Drop your thoughts below, we're reading every comment, and if you want more deep dives like this one, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. See you next time.